with a baby, it was extremely hard. I bought firewood stove, and then we had green fly safes. You put it somewhere in the shade on the wind, and that was our freezer. And the bath was in a big tub. It was a most important item to buy at that stage for washing kids.
Ho chiesto al prete che veniva qualche volta a Epijack se me lo può battezzare, dice sì, così quando vengo per la messa battezziamo il bambino. Non potevamo andare in chiesa perché in chiesa non c'è, no? E quando che veniva per dire la messa andava in questa aula di scuola per dire la messa. E allora dice lo battezziamo in cucina. Sopra il lavandino, se l'acqua cadeva, e ha battezzato il bambino lì.
When I come home every day, I was very happy to see my son there coming to see me, and he want my helmet. And I took him up at the bush and told him that this type of bird that was there, you know, that's all what we had. We had nothing else to do in Epijack there, see.
I remember that all the Jindabyne community had that Christmas party up in the park, up behind the town there on the river. And they had all them swings and roundabouts and things. And they had a fella, Santa Claus on a truck. And then...
that was new to you and to me too.
Yeah,
it was new.
That's right.
Here was Santa Claus in the middle of a hot weather, come in dressed up like he was somewhere in the snow.
I remember used to bring back snow in the middle of summer in that little Morris ute you had. You used to pack it up full of snow and bring it down for us to play in the snow in the middle of summer.
At the Cabramurra School, the children hurtle out for sports afternoon, but to enjoy very different sports from what most Australians have been brought up to. It's a case of all in together this cold weather, and of course that includes old Pooch too.
When we came to Cabramurra, everybody, you know, was on skis. I went to Cubs, and the Cub group in Cabramurra was a ski patrol. You know, we'd do our internal activities and dib and dob, but then we'd go outside and do, you know, sort of routes and runs and whatever. It was great.
And at that stage, Derek thought he was going to become a world champion skier, and so started practicing on some small jumps around the school, but eventually got the courage up to try jumping off the house, which he did with various degrees of success. But when Mum and Dad saw him trying to jump off the roof, they nearly had a heart attack.
The family had a full-time person looking after the two young kids, and obviously Peter and I. Angelina and Mario came and lived in our house and had their own separate little room. We'd come out and have to light the first person up had to light the fire, and then this beautiful aroma of Italian coffee would come through. So we used to sort of pop into their room and have a cup of coffee with them in the morning, and then we'd sneak into Angelina and Mario's bed because it was nice and warm. I don't think they appreciated it that much occasionally.
There was quite a large Italian community in Cabramurra, and about 3 houses down the road from where we lived, the Alfredos had a house, and the backyard of their house they'd made a bocce court. And one of the early memories I had of the Italian community was watching these people have a great time.
Is ready? Come on, children. Young and old.
Si parlava in galleria, là quando si faceva il smoke, là si parlava, e uno ci ha detto, l'americano ha detto, dice, mangerei un bel piatto di ravioli. No, io ero là, ho sentito. E dico, perché non li mangia qua? Dove vado a prendere i ravioli qua? E dico, mia moglie li fa. No? Allora sono venuto a casa e ci ho detto a lei, prepara i ravioli, che viene americano a prenderli. No? Sono venuti in 3 americani a prendere i ravioli. E da quel giorno là venivano spesso. Quando sono arrivati a Natale, che loro mangiano il tacchino, tutti e 3 ci hanno portato mezzo tacchino per uno, come facevamo noi in 2 a mangiare un tacchino e mezzo.
I couldn't really cook before I married, and my husband took me over to the camp oven and the camp, and taught me all the things he liked, you know, dumplings and sauerkraut and pork. Jan had a lot of friends, Czech friends from the mountains, and they used to come in the weekends, and we were so, you know, we only had 2 bedrooms and a very, very small house, but they used to sort of sleep on the floor, and when we bought our first car, it was one of those type station wagon cars, and they slept in the back of that even.
Good girl.
Soy sauce there?
Okay. Huh?
Mum and Dad were both raised in China in households which had Chinese cooks, and both of them used to cook Chinese meals. And one of the big treats we had as children was to have a birthday party, and for them to agree to cook a Chinese banquet for us for a birthday party.
Everybody appreciated Mum and Dad's cooking in Cabramatta because there was very little Chinese cooking going on in Cabramatta in those days. We would also have lots of Russian food and lots of Norwegian food. We loved fish balls, or called fiskeboller, and it's done in a white wine sauce with prawns and.
In fact, all the kids love them. Natalie, what do you think of fish balls?
Yummy.
It's a fairly bizarre cultural mix, though, isn't it?
Yes, you've only got little hands, but still put it out. That's lovely. Throw it down for them. They're hungry.
Oh,
That's good, Eva. Here you are. Take another. Dad used to Jan used to hate the bandicoots. You
And the
know?
wombats.
The wombats, I mean. They destroy all your fences, and you don't know what to do about them. I don't know.
What did he used to do with them?
Well, he used to just keep blocking up the holes with all that wood up there.
Oh, okay.
You know, but that's all we could do, you know. You're not allowed to shoot them, but, well,
No, I
that's
don't
all.
think you're allowed to shoot wombats, Mum.
There were so many different nationalities and mixed marriages, and we were always in touch with Czechoslovakia. Our children grew up with all these children. My son played soccer, and you find many Italians, and his friends today, they just think, well, they're all Australians, you know.
When I came here, I was ostracised because I was a new Australian. In Jindabyne, it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all because all the kids grew up together, so there was no social cut-off or anything like that.
When you come in, I remember you said, "Don't call me Shura."
Yeah, I remember that. Had a big fight about that.
Yeah, and I smacked him, Evan. I smacked you, Evan. That was one time that I didn't like because you didn't want nothing to do with the past, only with future. But you didn't mention that on Snowy when you was there.
Yeah, well, it was different then.
Yeah, different, yeah. It's man-made.
Sorry about this. Hello. How you going, Danny? Can I call you back, mate? Righto, mate. Sorry about that.
I'm a project manager in the building and construction industry.